Hey everybody, this is Peter with Cooking with Peter. About a year and a half ago or so, my family and I went down to Orlando, Florida to visit the Big Mouse. And we were there for several days, and the last day of our trip, we went over to Disney Springs, which is a shopping center right by Disney World. We were happy to go into a restaurant owned by Art Smith's group called Homecomin. And it was one of the best restaurants I've ever been to because I love hometown type cooking. So it was great for me. One of the things we had there was called the Thigh High Chicken and Biscuit. It was fantastic. I've nicknamed it the Mile High Chicken Thigh Chicken and Biscuit because it was just that big. Super good, loved it. One of the great things about that chicken and biscuit is they put a nice hot honey sauce on the top, and that made it super delicious along with some pickles. So today we're going to be making my version of the hot honey Mile High Chicken Thigh Chicken and Biscuit sandwich. Let's get going. Okay everybody, today I'm going to show you just a few of the ingredients to start off with because we have to get these biscuits, these Cheddar Bay biscuits made ahead of time because they're going to take probably the most time. So I'm using this Red Lobster branded Cheddar Bay biscuit mix. You can buy this at most any store today, so that's what I'm going to be using. Could I make this from scratch myself? I could. Am I going to? I am not. I'm going to use the mix because it's just easier. So here I'm going to just dump in the mix into the bowl. Now the next ingredient we're going to be using is 3/4 of a cup of cold water. And all we have to do is pour this into the bowl. Now I'm going to be putting in twice the amount of cheese that's called for on the box. What I have found out is the box calls for 1/2 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. If you put in 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese, twice what it says, the biscuits will actually come out a whole lot better tasting. I've had some great friends of mine say, and these biscuits are great that you make. However, ours doesn't come out that way. The answer is the cheese. Double the cheese and you'll have better Cheddar Bay biscuits. I like to use a spatula whenever I'm making these. And the reason for that is because it really helps get all the things mixed together. And it helps to get the dough off of the wall, or off of the wall of the bowl actually. So I just use this to mix it all together. And by the way, you don't want to over mix this. Just keep on coming around and mix it up until it just comes together, and that's going to be just fine. All right, that's all come together. Now I'm going to be using a large scoop. This is a 1/2 cup scoop. In the box, or on the box, it talks about that this will give you 10 Cheddar Bay biscuits. However, it says it's for 1/4 cup of dough. I need bigger biscuits, so I'm using this 1/2 cup scoop, and this holds 1/2 cup of dough. So let's go ahead and get that going. Now before I started putting these biscuits together, I went ahead and started my Breville countertop oven back behind me to 425 degrees so it can start to preheat. You do want to preheat your oven and get it ready because when these biscuits are ready and the dough is ready, you're going to go into the oven right away. You're going to put the biscuits in the oven for about 16 to 18 minutes. I'm going to start checking the biscuits at about 16 minutes because I don't want the biscuits to overcook, but then again, I don't want them to undercook. But I do think 16 minutes is going to be good for my oven. Your oven may be a little bit hotter, a little bit less temperature, so you want to start checking. 16 to 18 minutes is actually what it says right on the box. When I started creating this recipe, I knew that I needed to marinate the chicken. So about 2 videos back, I was creating the ultimate fried chicken sandwich where I needed to marinate the chicken for that. So I went ahead and I marinated the chicken for this dish as well because marinated fried chicken always tastes better than not marinated fried chicken. So let me tell you about that marinade. I used 2 cups of buttermilk, and into that I put about 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder and garlic powder. And then I sliced a jalapeno in 2, scooped out the seeds, and then I put that jalapeno into the buttermilk as well. That's going to add some delicious flavor, but it's also going to give a little bit of heat. However, it's not much because it's really tamped down by the buttermilk in that marinade. Okay, let me go over our mixture here for this dredge of the chicken. This dredge is a little bit different recipe than what I did a couple of videos ago back for the ultimate fried chicken sandwich. So here are the ingredients for this dredge. First of all, I'm starting off with 3 cups of all-purpose flour. To this, I'm going to be adding 4 tablespoons of baking powder. The next one is 1 tablespoon of kosher salt. You can use kosher salt or sea salt, either one is fine. If you're going to be using regular table salt, cut that back to 1.5 teaspoons. The reason is that the granules on the table salt are a lot more fine or finer than the grains on the kosher or sea salt, and therefore you need less of it. So this is 1 tablespoon of sea salt or kosher salt. Here I have 1 teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning, one of my most favorite seasonings. Now I'm using the lower salt version of this one because we have quite a bit of salt going in there already. Here I have 2.5 teaspoons of smoked paprika. This is going to give the chicken a great color and also give it a little bit of smokiness to that crust. Here I have 1.5 teaspoons of black pepper. And then finally we have 1 teaspoon of onion powder. So that's it on the dredge. All you have to do now is use a fork or a whisk and just mix all this up, and then your dredge is going to be ready to go, and you're ready to start getting that wonderful fried chicken ready. All right, be right back. Okay, while we're getting everything else ready, over here on my stove, I have some oil heating up to 350 degrees, and that's the temperature we're going to need the oil at in order to fry the chicken very well. So continue to heat that up. What I did is put a candy thermometer into the oil to make sure that I was at 350, 360, 370, because as soon as you drop the chicken in, the temperature is going to start dropping rapidly. So you want to make sure that you're about 350, 360, 370 with that. All right? What I have here is a sheet pan with a wire rack in there. The reason I use this is because as I dredge the chicken, I'm going to be putting the chicken onto this rack because I want the chicken to sit there after it has all that marination and all the dredge, and let it sit there for like 15 minutes and just kind of get homogenized on that chicken. And the reason for that is that it's going to give it a better crust, a really super crispy crust. So that's why I like to put the chicken over here on this rack. All right, here I have the marinated chicken, and I'm just going to be putting this into the marinade that I had already. And you move it over here and you move the flour on top of the chicken. Press very firmly the chicken into the flour. Flip it over and do it again. Press very firmly so that the flour really gets onto the chicken. Dust that off a little bit, put it back in the marinade, flip it over, and then we're going to come back into the flour one more time. Again, press firmly so that you get a really super nice crust whenever we go to fry this thing. Very good. Now we'll set it aside so that it can continue just marinating amongst itself in that great flour mixture and the marinade. Okay, again, come over here. This flour smells fantastic. It's going to give that so much flavor. Again, dip this into the marinade, into the chicken, into the flour. We're going to bring this into the flour again. Remember, press down. Okay, looks good. Well, guess what? I got 5 pieces of chicken and I got 5 biscuits back there. All is going to work out for the better. So let me let the biscuits cook. I'm going to clean up my mess. I'm going to go wash my hands, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Boy, these biscuits came out really nicely, didn't they? Just got to put some butter and seasonings on them, and they came out really, really well. Just need to let them cool off for a few minutes, and then we'll continue. Okay, this is just a seasoning packet that came with the Cheddar Bay biscuits. Now I'll put this liberally onto these beautiful biscuits. Okay, my friends, I'm ready to put this in the oil. Let it start cooking. And these thighs are a little smaller than the breast, so I'm going to use 3 in here today. I'm going to let those go for a few minutes. All right, my friends, we're about ready to wrap this up. Remember, as soon as you take chicken out of the fryer or anything out of the fryer, be sure to add salt and pepper right away as soon as it comes out of the fryer. And it will really help the flavor go just that much higher. Okay, let's put together these great mile-high chicken thigh Southern biscuit sandwiches. First of all, I'm just going to put a piece of chicken over here on this one, a big piece of chicken on this one, and then a piece of chicken on this one. Now we're going to top this with some pickles. So 2 or 3 pickles on each one. I'm promising you this, the pickles make all the difference in the world. And now comes the hot honey. This is so delicious with the hot honey. So just take any hot honey you can find at the store, and you just want to put it liberally on the chicken, just like you see. Hot honey is available in most markets today. As a matter of fact, there's many varieties of it. The smell of this is just fantastic. All right, now we just got to put the top on. And there you have it, my friends, my version of the Homecomin mile-high chicken thigh biscuit and chicken sandwich. It looks fantastic. That hot honey really, really makes it special. The pickles make it pop, and I hope you will give this recipe a try. It's very easy. Just use the box mix of the Old Bay cheddar biscuits from Red Lobster, that brand. And remember just to double the cheese on the recipe, and they will come out really, really good. Mix it all together at the beginning. Don't overmix it, and your biscuits will turn out great. I want to thank you very much for watching the video today. Please do me a big favor and give us a big thumbs up on the video. Make a comment down below. I read every comment we get, and I comment back on every comment that we get. So thank you very much. Let me know where you're watching the video from, and I'll be sure to give you a shout out in one of our future videos. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoy this. See you next time. Take care.